On the flip side, DC, there's a lot of rumors that they want to do the same thing that Marvel's trying to do. Warner Brothers is finally getting on board with this whole continuity between films. And they want to start this, not with Jonah Hex, but they want to start this with Green Lantern. The rumor that's floating around right now is, as it's worded, Superman has a cameo in the Green Lantern movie. First, who actually thinks that this has any ground to stand on whatsoever?
It's way too early. Come on.
They gotta start filming in a couple months.
Yeah, so they could, but who's gonna play Superman? Are they gonna keep the same guy, or?
Well, who's to say Superman actually appears in the movie? I mean, this could be, you know, some people will tell you Captain America was in the Hulk movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be the same thing that
he was a little blur, a little smudge in the eye.
I mean, maybe you just see Krypton in the background or something.
Right.
But I mean, do you think they're ready to actually do this and use Superman as, you know, the pin holding it all together?
Yeah.
It would be nice to tie it all together, but to Marvel's advantage, they've already had such blockbusters with Iron Man, with Hulk, that have really done well on their own in the box office.
Right. But now that's almost assuming
Superman kind of...
Superman wasn't good. It would have been... Superman flew around for 2 hours and didn't punch anything. But Green Lantern, I'm saying right now, it's going to be huge. Like, it's gonna, you know, it's a hard sell, but I think once the trailers are out there and the images are out there and stuff, people are going to go crazy for this. So that, you know, using Green Lantern could be a great lead-in for this whole, you know, DC universe coming together leading up to the Justice League movie.
Yeah, definitely, because Iron Man wasn't... I didn't really care about Iron Man until the trailers, and, like, then it really made it seem like a legit movie, something that was actually going to be good. So maybe Green Lantern will be the same way.
What would you say, though? Are we thinking a real full-on, like, Nick Fury cameo, or is this going to be one of those, like, Easter egg cameos that they're just going to hype up just to get people to see the movie?
I would say probably more of an Easter egg cameo, just because the actor that played Superman wasn't a big name, it wasn't a big draw, so they may want to recast Superman and then use it, like you said, as just, you know, a little kind of quick shot, this is Superman, a hint, as opposed to an actual walk-on role.
Do you think the draw of a Superman cameo brings in more audience?
Well, yeah, it's a big name, so of course it would.
Kyle, you're somebody, you don't read really any DC. But if you think, if you're told, okay, listen, this is going to be the first step to a Justice League movie, do you get excited about it? Do you say, okay, this should be something I want to check out because I want to see it all come together?
I'll see for the Green Lantern. I don't care if it's for Justice League.
That's a lot. You would not be excited.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's about time they did something like that. That's cool. Props. But, meh.
Yeah, I would give DC and Warner Brothers credit to make a movie not about Batman or Superman, so to include the rest of the DC universe, that, you know, to their credit, that's a thumbs up.
Well, I mean...
Warner owns DC anyways, right?
Right, yeah.
So
they can do whatever they want.
For? Yeah.
And
it's not like they got Sony and Fox and everybody fighting over the characters.
The future of another Christopher Nolan Batman movie is extremely uncertain. I personally don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think it's way on the back burner. Batman's an extremely popular character, though. Dark Knight broke all the records. What about using Batman to bring in more audience to put together this whole Justice League movie?
Green Lantern should be able to stand on its own. I mean, they should link it, that would be great, but they better not use it as a crutch.
Well, okay, wait a minute. Let's talk about Marvel here for a second. Wait a minute, about a crutch.
Okay.
Hulk had the Tony Stark thing, completely unnecessary. Done in 2 seconds at the end of the movie.
It was just fun.
Yet it was featured in every commercial. That's not using it as a crutch?
I didn't need to do that.
Do you think there's going to be certain people who aren't comic book fans, but liked Iron Man, like okay, Thor's coming up.
Right.
Do you think, honestly, you won't see Iron Man in that Thor movie? You won't see Robert Downey Jr. for 30 seconds to sell tickets for Thor? Because Thor's a tough sell to the general audience.
Right.
Marvel's smart, they're going to put Tony Stark in that movie.
They should, to tie it all together.
So they can use the crutch.
How
is it not a
banking
crutch?
on that? If they're banking on Tony Stark to sell
They're banking on all these movies coming together to make an Avengers movie.
But they shouldn't be like, all right, well, Tony Stark's going to be in it, so we're going to get more money. Like,
no, Thor has to carry itself on its own. That goes without saying. But I think just the speculation and the talk may drive up sales, say 10%, that you're going to see Tony Stark.
It could be a good film regardless. I thought Hulk was a good film. It didn't really need the 30-second Iron Man cameo.
But it gave you that
Yeah,
extra
which is fine,
intrigue.
Absolutely, yeah.
Every episode, my guests have a chance to tell you why you should be reading a certain book. This week, Kyle and Ryan have both picked out books that they want to basically sell to you. So Ryan, what do we have? What are you telling the audience about?
It is Cinderella with from Fableton with Love. It's another spin-off off of Bill Willingham's, Eisner Award-winning series Fables. And it's about the character, Cinderella, obviously, that, she's kind of like, a secret agent. She was picked specifically by Bigby Wolf and very early on in the series. And, very much she's working, she's kind of like her own operative. She does all these kind of secret missions for Bigby Wolf himself. It's a really wonderful read because you don't need to know anything as far as current continuity with Fableton. It helps, obviously,
Yeah.
but as far as like an introduction to the character itself and the world that they've already created, it does a really good job of explaining everything.
So, because it can be tough being a comic book fan sometimes. So if you're trying to sell a book to somebody, you say, I want you to read this Cinderella book.
I know,
How do you explain this one to the ladies? When they say, what book are you reading? And they say, oh, I'm reading Cinderella.
It's a badass chick, like, it's not like some ditzy blonde that she actually pretends to be for everybody else. It's really a smart comic that, I know Cinderella has some sort of negative Disney connotations, and heck, you were giving me crap when I selected this one. But
Anything else you want to let us know about Cinderella?
all I can suggest is that you go to your local New England Comics and pick it up because, $2.99, it's an incredible read. It's totally worth it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Kyle, you've chosen a book.
I have.
I'm shocked that it's not from Aspen. I know you're a huge fan of Aspen Comics, fortunately. But you actually, not only did you not pick an Aspen book, you picked a DC book. So tell us, what is it that you picked for us to hear about?
This is Gotham City Sirens.
Okay, so you went back and grabbed issue 1.
Yes.
Are you up to date now?
I did read them all, yeah, quickly.
How do you sell this book to somebody?
Well, it's a great cast of characters, and the story's been keeping pretty fast, too, so, like, it's not just dwelling on one thing, like, it's moving along, so...
Now you don't read DC. You don't even read Batman.
No.
So it's kind of funny that you're reading Gotham City Sirens.
Yeah.
What's the appeal? Like, why this and not, Morrison's Batman?
The art is amazing. Yeah, I love the art. It's really, really good. And I know the characters, and you guys don't stop talking about DC, so I figured I should try. So...
And it has nothing to do with the 3 hot female characters on the
It
cover.
helps. It helps. It helps out.
I enjoy it also, but I'm also reading all the other Batman stuff. But that's, Paul Dini, Harley, Poison Ivy, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely intriguing. Like, it really is. So, I might check out some more stuff. We'll see.
Is there anything else you want to let us know about the book?
You can get it at New England Comics. They've got a couple left here.
I just want to give another big thanks out to New England Comics for letting us film here tonight. New England Comics has 8 locations throughout the New England area, including Brockton, Brookline, Quincy, Alston, New Bedford, Norwood, Malden, and Harvard. New England Comics, Massachusetts' #1 comics retailer. So until next time, fanboys, keep them bagged and boarded.